Hi guys, so it's the end of the month again. So it's actually only been 3 weeks since my last update on my Pando's Eyeshadows challenge, because I kind of updated it a bit later than the end of the month last July. But this time I decided to do it on time, so it's definitely the end of August and it's an on-time update on my Pando's Eyeshadows challenge. So let's begin. So let's first start with Fresh. I chose this. If you guys are new in this channel, I, instead of randomly choosing my Pando's eyeshadows selection, I am currently just choosing them because I am trying to use up my eyeshadows, and almost all of my old eyeshadows already have pans in them, so I am choosing the ones that I really want to use up by the end of the year, rather than just choosing random colors in my collection. So Fresh, this is new, but this one is one of my least favorite shadows. Not because it's bad, it's just that I don't really set my eyelids, so I don't have a lot of usage for like setting shades. That's why I included this in my project pan, in my Pando's eyeshadows, and also so that once I reach for this, I also found out that I would often just use this palette, so I get to use more of my sultry. Definitely see some like usage out of Fresh, but definitely far from hitting pan on it. But it's okay, my goal is just to really get some usage out of Fresh, and as a result from the whole palette. Then I have Saturn here. Again, definitely one of the hardest shades ever in my collection, because I don't really wear warm shadows anymore. I've been using this mainly to mix with Sphere, and mixing these two together just creates that like kind of warm peach tone rather than like a very deep orange. So sometimes I mix Sphere with Saturn, and then sometimes I just use Saturn as a, what do you call this, a liner. Still definitely so far from hitting side pan, but I have used a little bit of the shadows in the surface on the left side, so definitely a little bit of progress. So I'm keeping this in my rotation. So Saturn, it's this one. Let me swatch Fresh as well. I forgot. So this is Fresh, and then this is Saturn. And then the rest are from my Z palette, which is just my I Think I Love You palette that I turned into my Z palette. So let's first start with the remaining matte shadow in my quintet for August rather. It's this one, which is originally from the You Had Me at Hello palette. Yeah, You Had Me at Hello. Do you guys remember the old Colourpop palettes when they didn't release as much as they are releasing right now? So this is Pulling Strings, and I've been using this quite a bit. It's just that it's too warm, and then together with Saturn, it's just very warm, and I already have like warm lipsticks and then warm cheeks. It's just too much. So as much as I have been trying to use this, still I can't even see progress, because these are also so pigmented, so I don't need to use a lot. So I'm keeping this in my quintet as well, but this will probably be in my project until the end of the year, but we will see if I can speed it up. But I'm not hopeful, honestly. I've been trying to use up the left side as well, but still not a lot of progress. So it's this one. And then let's go on to the shimmers. I can definitely see some progress on this one. This is from the Zoeva palette Cocoa Blend, and this is Subtle Blend. I have been, if you guys can notice from my previous update to this one, the circle, the pan, and the center has definitely elongated a little bit to the side because I have been focusing my brush here on this side. So I can definitely see some progress on this one. And during my classes, I have just been using this one just on all over the eye shade, very very subtle. And then once I just blend it out, it even looks like, even though it's shimmer, once I just blend it out really well, it just looks like a satin shade. So it's really nice, and I love using this in my routine. So I'm keeping this. So almost the same from my last quintet, honestly. The only thing that changed is this one. And definitely you can see I finally hit empty pan. This, I Think I Love You Level Up. So this was a very very beautiful metallic orange, and it was so nice. I've used this every day because sometimes when I'm not feeling like working, I'll just put on my makeup and then it will like perk me up a little bit. And sometimes, almost always, I would choose this one as a simple like metallic liner. So I have been using it like that, and even though I kept all of the other shades in my previous quintet, at least I was able to empty one pan. So that's definitely now out of my collection. And if you guys watch my makeup inventory collection, or my makeup inventory update rather, my goal is now, I'm counting my eyeshadows not per palette anymore but by pans. So definitely with this out of my collection, I have decreased my pan numbers, definitely. So this is now out of my collection, and it's quite so exciting. Okay, so that leaves me with one more space to complete my quintet. And I honestly don't know what to choose because seeing from the remaining pans, I'm not sure. Well, this one has the most like pan, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to use up one more shade from this palette. So I'm not sure, but instead of focusing on this shade, I decided to replace that empty shadow. I'm gonna include Sphere in this rotation for September, because since I'm already using Sphere together with Saturn, I'm getting some usage out of this, and I'm very nearly hitting side pans, so might as well definitely include this in my rotation and give me like some more motivation to hit side pan on Sphere. So I'm rolling in Sphere to complete my quintet. And my goal is just to hit side pan. This Sphere is actually the first shade in here in this palette that I hit pan on, even before I started my project pan, my Pando's Eyeshadows Challenge last year. When I was in 2019, I was only doing pan 1 month, 1 palette, just to get some usage out of my palettes. And the first pan that I hit pan on this eyeshadow was actually Sphere, and I don't know, I think it's about time that I hit side pan on Sphere as well. So I'm putting in Sphere in my rotation. And it also helps that Sphere is very 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 powdery. So you can see I really dug my fingers in there to get a real swatch, but the swatch is a little bit like transparent. So yeah, it helps that Sphere is a little bit powdery, so it helps with like panning it. So yeah, that is it for my quintet for September. Not a lot of changes in terms of the quintet, because it's probably the third month in a row now that I am having a very warm, very orangey quintet, but it is what it is. That's the bulk of my collection. So anyway, that's it for this update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.